papers,
This,
whatever.
this is all, it's all linked. Trump's basically, Trump's family.
Yes, because it's green.
Oh wow, yeah, it's so pretty. Rainbow went away.